Greetings. What it is? Sal, you are here in class early. Greetings. Happy winter solstice. Hold on, y'all. Believe it or not, I'm not home. I'm not at home, y'all. But through the magic of the interwebs, the magic of StreamYard, it kind of looks like I am. Oh shit, baby. I need y'all, I need a green screen. I need a green screen. Shit. Yeah. So we just gonna wait a little minute. Let the peoples come in. Let me get all my stuff together. Like I said, I am not at a home, so I got to readjust everything. But greetings and welcome. Y'all, I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. But something tried to take me out. And oh Lord have mercy. Hold on. This is a mess, y'all. This is a mess, and I'm sorry about that. All right. That's about as good as we gonna get. Okay, yes. So yeah. Something trying to take me out. There's something going around. I don't know what it is. Something was going around, and listen, I take public transportation. I work with the public. So yes, and anything. I could have come across anything. But here I am, and I'm doing the best I can. I'm going to push forward, give the peoples what they want. So, excuse me, that sounds way worse than what it is. Like I said, I've been pushing forward. Yeah, how do I want to say it? The spamdemic, because you can't say that on YouTube. You can't say what it is on the YouTube. The Corona virus. Yeah, you got to be careful what you say. That showed us. That really showed us. And y'all, and listen, during that time, I was going to school because I was getting my teaching license. I was taking the red line. I'm sorry, the brown line. What else was I was doing? I was helping the older woman. I was helping her with some of our seniors and stuff like that. I was good. Now all that shit is over. Now here I am. Something trying to attack my sinuses, all of that madness, and it is what it is. So here we bees. So with all that said, we are here. We are gathered to hear. We are gathered. Oh, greetings, Miss Flores. Greetings, my love. Greetings, Marty extraordinaire. We're not going to have Sarah, otherwise known as Rabbit. She is doing her shift at the haunted hotel. All that. And while I'm waiting for more people to stop in, let me get you guys up to par. Greetings, Sarah. Welcome to class. So yeah, yesterday turned out to be a very busy day at the salon. I only had one client, but then somehow or another it turned into a couple, and that was really nice. And then so listen, you guys, here in Chicago, we have what we call the Kindle Mart. And that is, there's two places. One of them is at Wrigley Field, which I work at, and the other one is downtown at Daily Plaza. So I got done with work. My mom and I, we generally go, but it was really cold and I got really busy, so we weren't able to do it. But my mom loves these mugs. She loves the mugs from the Kindle Mart. Y'all, I went there. I went last night. to the Kindle Mart after work. I kid you not. There was a line wrapped around the entire Daily Plaza. I was like, oh, nay, nay. Oh, nay, nay. I shall not, and I will not. I shan't, and I won't. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. These people was waiting in line to get to the Kindle Mart. It's cute. It's cute. Don't get me wrong. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Pam. No, I shall not, and I will not. Prior to going to work, a little bit of sad news to report. So my friends at Gems and Boards, that's a store where Sal got me my Palo Santo, and that's where I go and I get my my crystals. I love my little selenite angel. They shut down their brick and mortar store, and we thought that was it. Okay, no more. Well, then down the street, there was like a storefront, and they shared the storefront with somebody, and and the selection was smaller and everything of that nature. Excuse me, Al. The selection was smaller and everything of that nature, but they came back, and you thought, oh, well, I'm not going to meet them, they're not going to be there anymore. So they did their thing. Well, you guys, the landlord raised the rent, and both parties decided, yeah, we're not going to do this. So y'all, I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on with these rents. I don't know what people are thinking. People cannot afford these rents. And so, I mean, it's just crazy to me. Yeah, I hope. Wait a minute. Here, hold on. Wait, here it is. Yeah. So they do have their Etsy store. And to the best of my ability, I'm going to promote them as much as I can, because they've always been wonderful to me. You guys, as my last purchase from Gems and Boards, I bought a few of these. These are, wait a minute, where's my camera? There we go. These are rose quartz angels. I bought a few of them. So that was that. Yeah, it's sad. It's sad, but I mean, this is what we're living in nowadays. So I don't know what's going down, but y'all, all right. So moving right along. Tonight, it is the winter solstice. The shortest day of the year for the shortest day of the year for the longest fucking year of my life. Shit, this year has been long. But it is the longest night of the year. It's a moment that the dark peaks and light starts to return. So it marks a reset point. Endings, finishing, new cycles quietly lining up. So this isn't about pushing forward, it's about a pause. It's about a reflection. It's about setting intentions before the momentum comes back online. So I got a few stories to go through, and then we're going to go through our 12-night ritual. We'll start a 12-night ritual. So let's move, shall we? All right. Let me get to my media. All right. So here we go. And this is from NBC News. Yeah. Y'all, this little bastard right here, Mike Johnson. That bastard right there. Yeah. He called Congress to go on vacation. He sure did. Yep. This man right here is enjoying a Christmas vacation on your dime. and the entire Congress, they left. Congress bounced without passing a health care deal. And that means that the Affordable Care Act subsidies will expire and premiums for millions are set to spike. And people are bracing themselves for their cost because of him. Because of him. That's what it is. NBC said, yep, this bastard right here. Now, here's the thing though, darling. Here's the truth. Systems are failing. But that doesn't mean that we failed. We still have options. Open enrollment, state levels, state level, we got state level support, we got community programs. These are tools. And knowing where to plug in keeps us from getting buried. Our attention and our actions are the leverage, even when the big structures drop the ball. So with these subsidies expiring, yes, as a collective, we're going to feel the weight. There's going to be fear, there's going to be uncertainty, there's going to be frustrations. Those are all very, very real. Those are all very, very real. But every time people step up, every time people step up, every time people share knowledge, every time people help neighbors and claim agency, the energy starts to shift. The energy starts to shift. Okay, hold on. Sarah says must be not. Yeah, that's why these politicians do not. They don't want to leave. They don't do their jobs. They do whatever is good for their bottom line, for themselves. And the thing is that, like I said, we have got to start taking agency back, and we got to start reminding these politicians, you work for us. All right. The moment as a collective, the moment we feel that you say, oh, well, that's the government. You are the government. You are the government. The moment you give that up, you gave up your power. So, like I said, when people step up and they share knowledge and they're helping their neighbors, and they claim agency over any situation, the energy shifts. The story here isn't just about scarcity. It's about community. It's about ingenuity. It's about survival. It's energy rising to meet the gap. So this moment right here could spark networks of support, activism, awareness that didn't exist before. Spiritually, energetically, this disruption is going to push people to find power inside of themselves. When external structures wobble, that's an invitation for us to center ourselves, to center our energy, to strengthen our resilience and activate our intention. Fear is real, yes, but it doesn't have to anchor you. Let me say that again. Fear is real, but you ain't got to live in that. Okay? You can move with clarity. You can move with alignment. You can move with resourcefulness. Even when the world looks unstable, those are our options. And you all, you know what? And I know y'all are going to get tired of me saying this. But again, Pluto is in Aquarius. Pluto is in Aquarius. And what that means is that these old structures are failing, and that could give rise to something better. Shit, this may just be the doorway for us to have universal health care. I'm just saying. I'm going to be dropping the link. I'll be dropping the link every so often. So if anyone wants to come up and pontificate on any of this shit, please come on up. All right. So moving right along. Our next story. Y'all, our next story comes out of Politico. Yep. Comes out of Politico. Mississippi redistricting and the Supreme Court. So, y'all, this Voters' Rights Act, baby, this beleaguer voting rights act is on the ropes again. And it may get a strike. Mississippi's Supreme Court districts haven't been redrawn in decades. A federal judge just called it out. The current map dilutes Black voting power and splitting the Delta region so that voters can't fairly choose justices. So, this is about voters and lines. This fight is going to echo. This fight is going to echo nationally. The state legislature has redrawn the lines, and the U.S. Supreme Court. Wait a minute. Hold on. Where are they? The U.S. Supreme Court. Yeah. Especially that ignorant bastard up in the front with the glasses. That one. Yeah. The U.S. Supreme Court may weigh in on whether the Voters' Rights Act still protects communities or gets narrowed so much it loses its efficacy. So yeah. So this is bigger than Mississippi. This is going to be like a snapshot of who gets to exist, who gets to be seen, and have their voice count. So maps aren't just paper, they're energy. They decide which communities get agency and which get sidelined. So the collective impact, this fight is going to hit us all. When voting lines get muted, certain communities, it shifts the collective agency from empowerment to erasure. People feel smaller, people feel unseen, people feel disconnected from decision making that shapes their lives. But when the law protects their voice, that energy shifts. Communities stand taller, they stand stronger, they're more aligned with possibilities. So it's a push-pull in the collective psyche. You got erasure versus visibility. You've got suppression versus presence. You got fear versus agency. How this resolves is going to ripple through how people engage, how people trust, and carry themselves in the world. All right. So, like on an energetic level, this is about being seen. This is about being counted. That redistricting fight isn't just legal. It's soul level. When systems silence people's voices, energy gets blocked. When systems protect voices, energy starts to flow. The tension shows up in communities as pressure, as frustration, or it could come through as hope and intention. This is a moment to recognize that power of alignment, of unity, and intentional action is going to be shaping the outcomes, both human and energetically. So there we have it. Greetings, Miss Autumn. Y'all, for this one, I'm gonna drop an affirmation because one is I got one formulating. Here we go. We're going to say, where voices have been silenced, may strength rise and claim its space. Where lines divided, may unity answer. May justice be more than a word. May it be felt in every heart that seeks to be seen. That's a word. That is a word. All right, y'all, moving right along. Our next story comes from the New York Post. Yep. This man right here. Dr. Indrani Mitira. I hope I was able to say that man's name correct. Indrani Mitria, of India. Y'all, he ran a tiny little study on glioblastoma. Now, if you don't know what glioblastoma is, it's one of the deadliest brain cancers we have. Check this out. He gave 10 patients resveratrol and copper. Both of these compounds are easily found in any health food store. And wait a minute, I'm just reporting the news, okay? I'm not dispensing any kind of medical nothing. I'm just reiterating the news. This is not medical advice. This is just giving the news. I don't need YouTube coming after my ass. He gave 10 patients resveratrol and copper for about 12 days before the surgery. Compared to the other people who did not get that did not get that protocol, the treated tumors with the resveratrol and the copper, they dropped the aggression markers and the inflammation signals. And the DNA junk that fuels their growth, that copper and resveratrol did all that. Oh, Yvette, my condolences, baby. My condolences, sweetheart. May your friend be at peace, baby. May your friend be at peace. So this doctor gave those 10 patients resveratrol and copper for 12 days before the surgery. There were no side effects. Now, this is a tiny little test. So don't get it twisted. This isn't a cure. And it's not a replacement for real treatment. All right? This isn't just about biology. This is a reminder that healing doesn't always have to hit hard. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it's intentional. Sometimes it is supported. The body, mind, and spirit respond when you work with the energy, not against it. And that is the real lesson here. When people hear a breakthrough, most people panic or they hope too fast. There's a deeper ripple. Folks start reconsidering what healing really means. Less fight, more flow, more alignment. That energy spreads subtly, but into how we think about sickness and struggle, and with care, that could be a game changer right there. Yep. So right here, this man right here. Yep. Hopefully anybody that is going through something, baby, we affirm to those that are To those that are facing any kind of health or mental, emotional, or spiritual imbalance, here we go. Let your strength rise quietly. May your body, your mind, your spirit move together. Where there's a blockage, let there be flow. Where there's fear, let peace in. You are seen, you are supported, and you are held. All right. All right. Moving right along. We're going to move right along. Gonna drop the link in the event anybody wants to say anything. All right. So here we are. Here we are on the solstice, y'all. Here we are on the solstice. So if you all have not heard of it, I'm gonna tell it to you now. I'm going to be participating in the 12 nights of winter. 12 nights of the winter solstice. And this comes from ancient Europe and Celtic traditions, okay? So people mark, well, wait a minute. Before I do any of that, let me tell you something. Let me show you something. Thousands of people have shown up to Stonehenge for the beginning of the solstice. Thousands of them. And they say 8,000 people came to Stonehenge to celebrate the solstice. Yep. Y'all, I'm gonna say it because nobody else will. I don't see not one melanated person there. Lightly or darkly melanated. I don't see one of us there. Hold on, let me show you. You see any of them? Dominican, Puerto Rican, Venezuelan, Jamaican, Nigerian. You see any of them? Because I can't see them. Nope. Yeah, those other people, they do too much, but I digress. I digress. Oh, yeah, Stonehenge is definitely fenced off. You know why? You know why? So, no. No. Same thing with Rapa Nui. Or what do they call it? Oh Jesus, what is that? What is that island's name? The one with all the monoliths. I did a Easter Island. Easter Island. Yeah. That is one of the most isolated places on the planet, and still somebody can take a plane, and another plane, and a boat, and still want to fuck up those monoliths. Oh, human beings just irritate the shit out of me. All right, back to this solstice. So people have always marked the slow crawl of the sun, the longest night. And like I said, it's a natural pause for the year. This was never about hype. This was about honoring the stillness, noticing what's ending so that something new can come through and grow. Now, the modern ritual has added a physical layer. So here we go. Here we go. It's about burning one intention each night. So let me see if I can do this, y'all. All right. So 13 pieces of paper. All right. All of these are intentions. 13 of them. All right. So for the next 12 nights, what's going to happen is that I'm going to pull one of these intentions out and I'm going to burn it. Now, here's the thing. You don't have to look at it. When you write it, you put in your request. So get you something that's not going to burn. And here it is. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Before I do any of this, let me do this real fast. Let me just clear my energy. I know I did before, but I just want to go, I'm not home. So, my energy doesn't feel good. Well, I'm not saying it doesn't feel good. My energy doesn't feel secure right now. So let me just do this real fast. There we go. There we go. Y'all, anytime you ever do any kind of spiritual work, definitely make sure that you cleanse your area. That's the least you can do. All right. So I got my candle. I dressed my candle way before this, and then I got my intention. I don't need to see it. I don't need to read it. I wrote it. I saw it, when I was writing it. With this physical aspect of burning one intention each night, and again, we write something that we want to let go of, or an intention that we want to anchor, then we burn it. There we go. That's it. That's it. That fire is a signal to the universe and to ourselves. The old self is released and the energy is choosing a direction. Each night lines up with a month ahead. But the practice is simple. Reflect, release, set one intention, and observe. We're not going to force. We're not going to overthink. Just we're going to attune. And the action that matches our energy. So, hold on. One of my terabytes. Very nice, Miss Autumn. Very nice. Baby, Miss Autumn. May those blessings flow, baby. May those blessings flow. Yes. We're going to let our energy attract and match our goals. So as a collective, when people actually do this, it slows our pulse. It slows us down. Even if it's just a little. It nudges the world from the noise, from being overwhelmed and repeating our patterns into a reflection and an intent movement. Burning intentions nightly adds to the energetic signal. Small, focused, but cumulative, shaping the collective energy subtly but very powerfully. Spiritually, this is a timeline reset. On a spiritual level, this is a timeline reset. Each night, you clear old energy and notice patterns, and you anchor yourself in a new direction. And by the 12th night, your energy has already chosen a path for the next year. The intention burning That practice, it only amplifies that by the physically, making the shift. It's the quiet power that we carry forward. It's nothing that we are forcing. The 12 nights, they're not something that we leave behind. This new 5-day work cycle is beginning. We want to carry that energy forward so that the pressure doesn't run us. This is the last week of this is the last Christmas week. And oh, I said the word. And this next 5 days, it's going to be very loud, it's going to be very rushed, it's going to be loaded with expectations, but you don't have to meet it at full speed. That's what this is about. You don't have to meet that at full speed. You got to remember that you are in control. You are in control. Okay? So as we move through this last push to Christmas, we're already setting our energy. It's a very simple shift. We're going to stop doing more and start holding a tone. Whatever came up during these solstice nights, the calm, the clarity, the restraint, the intention, all of that, that is going to become our baseline for this new 5-day work cycle. No extra rituals, no new practices, just a quiet decision saying that I move slower, I choose cleaner, I don't absorb what's not mine. This week isn't about performance. This week is going to be about containment. This week is going to be about protecting our energy while we still show up. Letting the holidays pass without letting them drain us. If you carry that steadiness through this final Christmas stretch, you've already won. You've already won. And you're going to set yourself up for what's coming next. That's all I got for you all tonight. That's all I got for you tonight. Anybody want to come up and say anything? If not, we can close it out. Yo, that doctor was talking about zinc. This is what I've been taking. This is what I've been taking. This copper, this zinc and copper. And I'm gonna tell you something. People around me, they said that they've been getting really, really imbalanced. Honey, listen, I just got a little bit, and it sounds worse than what it is, but I know people that have just been laid out. Not the kid. Not the kid. No. I got rose quartz angels to buy and things to do for this holiday season. All right, you all, listen, I'm not going to hold you. Thank you all so much for showing up. Please do all the things. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, all that stuff. Share the video, do all them things. And yeah, I gotta get some sleep. I've been ripping and running. I've been doing things all day long, and I know it's 8:40 here in Chicago, and I'm gonna get my old ass to bed, honey, because she is tired. So wait a minute, and yeah, Sal, y'all, this is very key. This right here is very key. Clean your motherfucking apartments. Clean your motherfucking homes. You cannot manifest more if you're not already taking care of what you already got. Clean your house. Wipe down your doors. Put some salt in front of that door, in front of that threshold. Clean your house. Yes. Yes, Sal. So there we go. All right, Miss Sherry Ellen, I'm glad it resonated. I'm glad everything resonated. And baby, it's always good to see you. Miss Martha, it is wonderful to see you. Miss Yvette, it's wonderful to see you. Yeah, and darling, to your friend that transitioned, sweetheart, we pray that they are at peace, and that what they had to go through was the final indignity that they had to face with this world. So, baby, from our hearts to yours, baby, from our hearts to yours, we offer you comfort and understanding. Okay. All right, y'all. That is it. That is it. Yes. Good night. Good night. Y'all stay blessed. All right. Bye.